What's that?
You gotta start actually saying something.
Oh, yeah. Just to sound official.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the most fun. That's what I did for that movie.
Super official.
Slate
Be as official as you can be.
Use the slate.
Okay. Well, welcome back to Jeff and Josh. Again, Jeff can't make it again today, so we got Nathan filling in for him once again.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here for the second episode in a row.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for sitting here at my dining room table.
Absolutely. I'm just thankful we got a table to sit at.
Absolutely.
Well, I think last time we talked about the potential of me being Canadian.
No. We talked about the reality.
The reality
of you being
that
Canadian.
I am Canadian.
Clearly Canadian.
Clearly Canadian.
Shout out to copyright. Have you
Copyright
ever had that
Canada.
drink? It's delicious.
Copyright. It is a tasty one.
Neither here nor there.
Well, so we started off with this last week, and I think today we kind of just want to get a little information from you, Nathan, on growing up in good old Bozeman, Montana.
Okay.
Biggest city in the Gallatin County of the great state of Montana. fourth largest state in the United States.
Yes. In like the fourth largest city in the fourth largest
That's
state.
right. At least fourth or fifth.
Maybe? I don't know.
Do
you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
we could probably list them, but I think that would take more time than, well, there's like 3 other cities before
No,
us.
the other thing is nobody cares.
It's true. It's very true. People will lose one of our 3 subscribers if we do that.
That's a huge percentage.
It is 33%. It's pretty bad. So Nathan,
Yes,
talk
Josh.
to me about growing up in Bozeman.
Oh, okay. That's not much of a question, but I don't know. I guess technically I didn't really grow up in Bozeman. I was like in between Bozeman and Belgrade, which is like the armpit of Bozeman. And that was good because, had a yard and a garden.
Uh-huh.
Growing season's a lot longer, so it's crazy how much the weather fluctuates, just driving like 3 miles.
Sure.
Especially down like 19th. But like where we were, it was good. We had like a lot of corn, a lot of sunflowers, a lot of strawberries, raspberries. That was a lot of fun. I was homeschooled, as was Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So he can relate to this. My mom was a fantastic teacher but was terrified of truancy officers, which I don't know if you guys know what that is. Truancy is when you're just not in school.
Oh, yeah.
And so apparently, I don't know if this happens as much anymore. I think it's from just the cops these days. But like if you are, I think younger than 16, is that the age? I think at 16 you can drop out of high school, right?
Yep.
So if you are younger than 16 and you are not in school, you can get, I guess they had and maybe have what was called a truancy officer who would come take
Double
you
check.
away. Make sure you were in school. So as homeschoolers, we were like, oh, we can go outside. It's such a nice day outside. And it was like, no, if it's not 3:30, you're not going outside. Like you don't want a truancy officer to get you.
Yeah.
So, and I think I totally understand that because it's like, especially where we were there, like if kids didn't really come home for lunch who went to like public schools because it was so far away from any public school that like, even if we went outside at lunch, you'd be like, what are those kids doing outside? Shouldn't they be in school?
Yeah.
So, but on the whole though, no, it was great. It was a great place to live. And then when I was like 10, we built a house that's like, we like missed Bozeman basically. We started on the south side, then we built a house like past it to the north. So it's up by Highlight. But that was great. It was like 5 acres. So it was more land.
Yeah.
It was a shorter growing season. So it was harder to grow stuff, but actually I didn't care.
If you were a very avid gardener growing up, with your discussion of growing seasons,
right,
and everything your family planted,
I'm realizing that like I care now.
Yeah.
Back then it was cool to have sunflowers, I guess, because they're so tall.
Sunflowers
they're
are ridiculously tall, and so is cornfields.
10 feet.
When you grow sunflowers and a couple rows of corn, you're like got a maze to run through.
Totally. And even though it wasn't a big garden, we were kids, so we could fit through
everything's
there.
big. Yeah.
It was great. But then now I care about growing season. Back then I didn't. But so it was in an alfalfa field, which I have pretty bad allergies, so that was hard sometimes, especially around harvest because it's the whole subdivision is shaped like a U, and then it's just farmland in the middle. Which was kind of cool because, it's all these houses and then you get to see like all this alfalfa that they still farm, which was good. But we had dogs and we had like a 4-wheeler and stuff, and we could just sort of run around, be kids, climb on the hay bales that they would leave out on our property. And so that was fun. I really enjoyed living here. And, I think that it was funny because I was in Boston for my father-in-law running the marathon a week ago, and it was funny seeing all the kids there. You would see like 2 teachers with a rope in between them, and then just like a bunch of little kids hanging on the rope. And so, it was like, it made me stop and think, like, it would be weird to grow up in like a giant city as a kid, because it's like this concrete monolith, and it's just everywhere. There's just buildings, and I grew up somewhere where I could just like run around, go eat some dirt, and fall in a creek and stuff. And like, I don't know, I feel like it was probably good for my immune system, and like, just fun to be a kid.
Right.
So, I don't know. I feel like it would be hard for me to grow up in a city.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, because I'm just thinking about, like, I mean, technically I was born in Missoula and spent 12 years there, but I don't consider that I grew up there. I just refuse to, right?
Right, because you're Canadian. We understand.
So to say I grew up anywhere other than the great nation of Canada would just be
heresy.
Abhorrent to me. So
okay.
But then we moved to Augusta, Montana, which population 300 in the area. That includes the ranches around and probably areas that don't count as Augusta.
Yeah.
So some people, but they're still counted in. It's actually, I Wikipedia'd Augusta once. It's got the shortest Wikipedia.
Did you write the article for it?
Actually, I didn't.
Okay.
Believe it or not, but it's the shortest article on the planet. It basically says Augusta is a census designated area, which means it's not even a town. It's just a place where they count people.
So to be a town, you have to have a post office.
Right. We have a post office. I think to be a town, you have to have some form of government.
Oh, so it's anarchy.
Well, we're in the county, so we still abide by county laws.
Okay.
But
which county?
Lewis and Clark.
Okay.
Lewis and Clark County, and which is why we moved there. My dad was a deputy sheriff there for a while.
Oh.
But that was like, so growing from 300 to however many people are in Bozeman, like 40,000.
40,000?
I think
during the school year?
Felt like, I was like, see, the fact that you're saying you're thankful you didn't grow up in a city.
Right.
I'm sitting here thinking, Bozeman is a city.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Granted, you lived out of town, and so
Right.
you're definitely in a bit more of like quote unquote the country, I guess.
Sure.
But just the difference in 300 and 40,000, I'm just like, it's funny that like you just go to a bigger place and you recognize how thankful you are to live in smaller places. And I think now I don't see Bozeman as quite as big as when I first moved here, but
right.
I feel that where it's like, I'm really glad I live somewhere smaller.
Sure.
And 300 to 40,000 is a huge leap for
right.
sure.
Yes. For anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I remember moving into North Hedges on campus, and there's more people in that building than in the census designated area of Augusta, Montana.
Wow. That's
So,
a fun fact for everybody.
Is a fun fact.
Josh had a culture shock.
I did. I was about ready to get up and move out of Bozeman.
Were you really? Was it pretty intense for you?
Yeah, it was intense. I think more so it was just the fact that I lived somewhere, like I got so used to Augusta.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived in Missoula and Frenchtown, so like there was people for a while, and then we moved to Augusta, and there's no people there. And then I moved back to a city, and I moved to a city where I had no family or
sure.
really knew anybody.
And now
besides,
your twin brother, right?
Right.
You've been with him your whole life.
Right, twin brother. We hadn't been apart for more than 2 weeks. He goes back to Missoula for school, where my older brother was at, and I was just like, Bozeman just sucks.
How dare you?
I know. Thankful that something, I don't know if I got hit in the head or if I just started to realize that Bozeman doesn't suck.
Sure.
And it's actually great.
That's got to be hard, though.
It was crazy, you know?
Like, I think the 1-2 of moving up to such a big place and leaving your twin brother,
exactly.
you know?
It was a huge difference.
Sure.
Huge change. But yeah, thankful. I mean, even now, thinking now, it's like, I would have loved to grow up in Bozeman like you guys got to.
Because where did you grow up?
Yeah, were you in
out
town
of town or?
We were south of Bozeman to begin with, then Manhattan for about 10 years.
Okay.
And then
That's Manhattan, Montana.
Yeah, not New York.
Yes, that's definitely not.
Slightly smaller.
So, yeah, it was
Okay.
it was mostly out of the main part of town.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah. So you get all the benefits of the bustling metropolis that is Bozeman, Montana.
Yeah.
But you also kind of live in the country.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like Bozeman is not a bustling metropolis,
Right.
which is wonderful. You know, you have to prep to leave, and if you get on 19th, you might want to add 5 minutes to your drive,
Yeah, at the worst of times.
which is
It's great.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because Google will always put Google will always put a little pop-up on my phone that's like from maps saying like the current traffic conditions
Oh,
of my
yeah.
area. And there has never been a day where it didn't say light traffic in your area.
Right.
And then I was in New York and it was like heavy traffic in your area 24/7. So it was funny that I was like, oh, that actually can say something different.
So this does change. And this does actually recognize what traffic looks like.
Right.
It doesn't adjust to your population size, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you could say at like 5 o'clock on 19th for Bozeman, heavy traffic. But
but that's, I
even
mean,
that-
you'll get through the light.
Right.
You're never at a standstill for more than like 5 minutes tops.
Yeah, I think the longest is that like right just south of Main Street on 19th, where it's synced with like it's confusing. It's a very short distance
disaster
between those
zone.
two. Yeah,
Like
it's
broken.
Yeah.
right by your gas station.
Right. Yes.
Which has no gas
Right.
anymore.
My convenience store that I have a rewards card for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's true because like I feel bad too because Bozeman has actually grown a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's the weird thing about it. It's like it was a small town, and it's expanding even now really rapidly. So I think the infrastructure like isn't really able to handle it. And so it's like, yeah, there's traffic lights that are just too close together because those didn't used to be big intersections, so it made sense. And as the one is physically expanding, it's pushing the lights closer together, which is funny because then I think they did fix some of the synchronizing issues because there was a thing where you'd be turning left and you get through the turn and then it immediately turns red.
Yeah, like,
and so if someone ahead of you didn't know that and they didn't punch it, it's like you were going to make it, but they fixed that.
Yeah.
They did.
I noticed that the other day. It actually caught me off guard. I was like the third car in line. I'm like, great.
And you're braking already.
Regardless, because second car, maybe you can make it, but
inside
third car,
lane only.
Yeah. You're stuck. And so, but I just kept rolling through. I was like, it's still green.
Right.
It was the weirdest thing on the.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Which
wonderful.
it's got to be hard to be a city planner too, because it's like from my perspective, the light is always the worst.
Yeah.
But it's like it needs to change for other people, and I just hate waiting at it. So it's got to be hard to
First world problems is what it is.
Yes, exactly. But I've definitely thought though that like I think in terms of as an adult living, like Bozeman's probably the smallest I would go.
Sure.
I don't think I could go like definitely not 300, but I don't think I could go smaller than this. Just I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a software developer, so I can't go too rural.
There's
but
very limited software being developed in Augusta, Montana.
But like just the amount of restaurants, I'm kind of a foodie too.
Sure.
So like having all that is nice.
We had a diner and we had 4 bars, so there's food, and you can't complain about that a whole lot. But
small town diners, I feel like there's something to be said for that.
It's called Mel's, and that's the greatest thing about it is it's Mel's Diner, and you're just like that. Is a small town.
Was it actually good food?
Oh, it's great.
Shout
food.
out to Mel.
Shout
Copyright.
out Mel, whoever you are. I never met Mel. I think Mel had passed a number of years before I moved.
Was it like a family? Well, you don't know. You're just saying you don't know what I'm asking.
I don't know anything about Mel's. It's been through a number of owners actually.
Owners?
Owners.
Or owners?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one guy changed the name once. Changed back when
people rioted.
Yeah,
280 people rioted.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about it, and then. I think he didn't have as much business when it was Chubby's.
Yeah. That's like Podge Burger.
I know, right? It was Mel's and then Chubby's Diner. And everyone's like, I'm not eating at Chubby's.
Yeah, right?
We're going to go eat at the Buckhorn Bar.
See, that's got more class
that was
sounding.
right next to Mel's, was the Buckhorn.
Gotcha.
And then it new owner and went back to Mel's. And I think I was thankful.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Regardless, the food was always pretty. It's the small town diner food, and it's good.
It's good stuff. Hearty.
Good breakfast, good lunches.
Yeah.
Then you go to the bar for dinner, because small town. If you want to hang out with anybody, you got to go out for every meal of the day.
That's the funny thing to me is like my wife's family is from a small town in North Dakota.
Oh yeah.
And so it's a similar situation where like the bar is not. It like in my mind, at least in Bozeman, it tends to be the bars where you go to drink alcohol.
Right.
Because we have a lot of uppity sort of posh bars here.
Yep.
That's just like so I just never went to bars. I'm not interested in it. It's just not something I do. But then like hearing all of them and even you talking about, it's like you go to the bar to eat.
Right.
You know?
And that was the thing. I mean, definitely you're going to see the people who are just there to drink.
Right.
It's a small town, and some people just think that's the only thing to do in a small town.
Right.
That's a different topic.
Yeah.
But a lot of people went out to the bars to grab a meal.
Sure.
And I mean, it's like small town bars are so much different because here it's like you might. I mean, I don't know. I guess in Montana there's no law against how old you have to be to get into a bar. They'll still check your ID before they serve you
and
anything.
it's up to the bar too, I think.
Right. But there it's like you have 10-year-olds walking in, just sitting at a table. You got junior hires sitting at a table by themselves ordering food, and everyone knows who you are and knows who's actually of age to drink.
That's a good point.
So that's helpful. No one, you can't really make a fake ID because then everyone's like, dude, you're an idiot.
Sure.
And so, everyone's going to the bars for dinner.
Yeah.
I remember, I think pretty much every Friday night after a basketball game, people would be like, hey, you guys want to go down to the bar and just hang out? And it wasn't like if we said that here, people would think you got a bunch of high schoolers who have fake IDs and are getting toasted after a basketball game. It's like, no, we actually all just played in the basketball game and we're tired and we just want to hang out with each other for a little bit on a Friday night.
Do they have like pool and darts and stuff like that?
We had darts.
Okay.
It's too small for a pool table.
Okay.
Actually, it has a pool table. It has one pool table, one darts board, and 1.5 million antlers.
Oh.
Buckhorn.
Yeah. Got it.
That's the name.
I'm tracking.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of dead animals there.
Got it.
It's a small town.
Yeah.
Bar, so.
All right.
Shout out to Buckhorn.
Shout out.
Next time our subscriber makes it to Augusta, maybe.
I don't know if our subscriber's going to go to Augusta.
That's a good point.
Hey, if your mom watches this and subscribes,
then I don't think I'd have any impact on whether or not she goes to Buckhorn.
Fair. Shout out to Josh's mom.
But hey, you guys also mentioned you were both homeschooled.
Yeah. Yes.
I was public schooled.
Okay.
And with public school,
but
you make fun of homeschoolers.
In a city of 300.
Right. There was 9 in my class, and one of them was my twin. So there was 8 in the class. Is basically what you could say.
Oh, we just lost a camera.
We just lost a camera.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It just said sleep.
Uh-oh.
Can you, Austin, if you want to check that out? I will continue to answer your question while we have technical difficulties.
Yeah. So I think homeschoolers, sometimes rightly so.
Uh-huh.
Those homeschoolers, they just get a bad rap for being antisocial.
Sure.
And just awkward as all get out.
Yeah.
Which I think I broke that mold. Actually, I've had some people assume that I was homeschooled.
Uh-huh.
Which hurts my feelings, honestly.
That hurts mine too that you say that. How dare you?
But I just want to hear that experience of growing up homeschool, and I guess how you guys became not socially awkward guys. Honestly, because
well, let me tell you,
not to make fun of every homeschooler, but
sure,
it's just this stereotype, and I think stereotypes exist for a reason sometimes.
Yep. This is why Josh is a racist.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
From
yeah.
a small
okay.
town too.
So your question is what was it like?
Yeah. What was it like? And how did you guys get interaction with other people?
Okay. Yeah. Well,
just kind of all of that, I guess. Okay.
So for me, at least, Austin is currently under the table, fixing our camera. Thanks, buddy. I don't know. So I was, disclaimer, I was only homeschooled through 8th grade.
Okay.
And then I went to a private school.
Heritage,
where I had 6 classmates.
Right.
So just as small as yours.
Yeah, small town, small school stuff.
For me, it was great because my mom was a teacher. She had been teaching for 15 years. It was funny. She decided in 2nd grade she wanted to be a teacher, and that's what she did.
Oh wow!
So she was really good at it,
yeah.
and so that was great. It was she was a so it was a good education. I think that's maybe sometimes a struggle people have is the reason that they homeschool. You know, because I think for my mom it was almost she wouldn't say this because she's really humble, but I think ultimately it was I can provide them with a great education,
sure, probably
better than where they might get somewhere else.
Yeah, sometimes public schools get a bad rap for just producing dumb kids.
And I think there was there's the new government enforced ways of teaching stuff was weird. Yeah. So there's part of that too, but I think it's just because she loved it. So it was why wouldn't she teach her own kids?
Sure.
So that was great. So it was me and my older sister and my younger sister. So we were homeschooled, and my older sister went to a different private school to play Class C basketball.
Okay.
Mount Ellis Academy.
Oh yeah.
When she was in 8th grade, so 7th grade she was done. 8th grade she started there, and then my youngest sister sophomore year of high school. I have that backwards.
Okay.
So she homeschooled till sophomore year of high school. I did till freshman year. My younger sister till 7th grade.
Yeah.
So no, but really I thought. I was just the laziest kid
ever.
And so if you're not self-motivated, you know what I'm talking about. It's really hard to be homeschooled because it's on you, to the point at which I actually failed a grade while I was homeschooled.
Your mom failed you.
She did. I mean, she gave me every opportunity,
That's
even
brutal.
an entire summer to finish 6th grade, and I just was lazy and didn't do it. So I did fail a grade, but I guess the nice part was that I had started a year earlier than everyone else. So by the time I hit Heritage, I was like the same age as all my classmates. But I want to say. So overall, it was a super positive experience. My mom was really good at writing and English and that kind of thing. So it's nice having like a strong background in that, especially when it came to like a time to apply for scholarships and stuff. There's a lot of writing involved there, so that was good. But I don't know. What would you say about like avoiding social awkwardness as a homeschooler? Because I would say both of us were pretty socially awkward as kids.
Yeah.
I mean. It's hard to avoid being socially.
You were too.
I'm still socially awkward sometimes. One of my nicknames is Awkward Josh.
Awkward Josh. Still?
So,
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. Are we not still?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess homeschooled parents take your kids outside the house sometimes.
That's a good point.
You know,
I guess if
it's like having a dog.
For you guys, you
gotta socialize them.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were like grew up and your families were involved with Grace, both of you, right?
Yeah, with the church.
And so you're involved with a pretty big church, so there's a lot of people there.
That's true. It was a big church.
And so, like, I'm just thinking, you're homeschooled in Augusta, Montana, and you're not going to see a soul.
Fair. You know? Yeah.
Because I knew one homeschooler when I was in Augusta.
Okay.
And I would see him at the pool in the summertime.
Okay.
He was the weirdest dude on the planet.
Wait, he was the weirdest girl on the planet?
Weirdest dude, sorry.
Okay, all right.
I mumbled that pretty hard. He was weird dude.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. So
shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy who's probably never going to see this podcast. Till he does and like wants to hunt me down or something.
Oh boy.
Please forgive me.
People change.
Yeah, people change.
I mean,
he might be.
We were both really quiet as kids too.
Sure.
We knew each other. We've known each other since
you guys were youths.
We were born. Yeah. I don't know. Because I think I was like 3 probably when you were born, right?
Okay, so you guys are...
How old are you?
I'm almost 25.
Yeah,
I'm 23 and a half.
So never mind. I'm lying here.
Okay.
I was 2. I don't remember your birth, Austin.
I don't remember yours either, so I mean...
But no, I knew though, because our moms were best friends. In fact, we called your mom... what was your mom's first name again?
Susie.
Sorry. We called her Aunt Susie as kids.
Okay.
Right? Do you remember that?
So basically you guys viewed
Yeah.
each other kind of as cousins almost.
Yeah. But
just not real cousins.
So
fake cousins.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyways, we got to wrap it up though.
Is it already 20 minutes?
It's my dude. It's been 20 minutes.
My dude, that is crazy fast. Well, Nathan, thanks again for filling in for Jeff. Appreciate
thanks
it.
for having me.
We'll be back next week with more Jeff and Josh.
Yeah, or next time. You got to stop saying next week.
It is next
you can't
time.
make me commit to a schedule here.
Okay, next time we'll be back with more Jeff and Josh.
All right. How long was that, Austin?
You're 23.
Oh, nailed it. Okay, so that one actually didn't cut out.
No.
That one ran out of memory.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have checked the thing before I ran it.